Hello, my beautiful collective. Elsie here with a collective reading for you today. I don't usually put a date on these things because y'all, I don't know. You need to tell me. You need to tell me what's going on with the timeline because it's different for everybody, right? So I'm here to do a reading for you, and I hope it's for you. And if it's not, well, you know, we'll just go at it again tomorrow, right? No big deal. Yep. So what we do in a collective reading, if you are new and you've just clicked here, thank you, by the way. And if you are brand new, because we've had an influx of subscriptions here, if you are here and you are brand new, I hope you will let me know in the comments by, you know, giving me an emoji or something that I can see your name and get your energy. These collective readings require all the energy that I can pull. So we are going to start off here. If you are my ride or die, thank you for clicking here. I do appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for all you do and all the love you show me in the comments. I will be getting to those comments later on tonight. All right, here we go. Collective reading. Is it your reading? I will call out the signs as I feel that I need to as the information unfolds here, but otherwise you got to put on your intuitive hat, y'all. Okay, here we go. Okay. Woo. Big guns under the deck. Here he is. He or she. The Emperor, right? And if you're new here, the Emperor is a big deal. The Emperor and the Empress are the mother and the father of the deck. And the Emperor has it all on him. If it's a him. Because understand that we're reading energy here. We're not reading meat suits. So this is an energy that is masculine leaning. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If you are a masculine leaning, then this could be your energy. But also, it doesn't have to be based on that. The Emperor absolutely could be a person in your life who is an Aries, but it doesn't have to be an Aries. If you are the person who's carrying it all, like me, if you're the person who's carrying it all and taking the actions that are necessary to move things forward in life, you could qualify as the Emperor, right? So we have the 9 of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords, we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse, and if it's going to be in the reverse, it might as well, if it's going to show up, it might as well be in the reverse. And then we have the Knight of Wands, who I haven't seen for a while, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I feel like the Tower and the Judgment has taken over the readings lately, and I haven't really seen or heard much from this Knight of Wands here. So I feel like in the past you felt like your back was up against the wall here, collective. You feel like you have to protect yourself against you have to protect yourself because of the end of this cycle here, and it was terrible for you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it was painful, because this looks really painful to me. It's deception, right? It is the 10 of Swords, yes, but it's the 7, it's the 8, it's the 9, it's the 10, right? It's the end of the cycle, which is great, because now you can move forward with clarity and confidence and truth, but, you know, going to the Ace of Swords, but in the meantime, you know, it hurts to end the cycle. I'm getting an energy of like they're feeding off of you. People were taking advantage of you and feeding off of you, talking about you. I feel like you really found out who your friends were. Yeah, 8 of Swords in the reverse. I feel like for a very long time you were up in your head, wondering who was friend and foe, wondering who was with you and who was against you. And I think unfortunately in the 10 of Swords you figured it out. Yeah, it's a painful deception. It's a painful ending. Yeah, you were lied to, stabbed in the back. Someone that you loved or someone that you knew really well hurt you. And I'm sorry. We have the 9 of Wands here, which tells me that no wonder this person is like, stay back, wondering when's the last strike. Yeah, this person's there's been a lot of actions taken against them, likely. This person looks like they're in defense mode, so they're trying to cover themselves, essentially. And the good thing is that the 9 is very close to the 10, right? So the 9 for me is the point at which you can drop the burdens. You can drop all the heavy burdens you've been carrying all this way. Because when the cycle does come to an end, it's almost like relief. Yeah, I hate to say it, but the relief of death, the relief of it being over. Yeah. And I don't think this is a person. I think it's a situation. So the situation is over, and I feel like you're glad that it's over. I feel like now you can get out of your head, and now you can carry forward. And it's a fast-moving energy, the Knight of Pentacles, right? Sorry, not Pentacles, of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about running toward the fire, because that's what the fire signs do, right? And it's the energy of Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, running toward the fire, running toward the risk, having to have something going on all the time that's lighting the fire. I feel like that's what's coming up in the future. You could be coming up with an emperor, or you could be the emperor. Let's keep looking here. Collective energy, please. The Four of Wands is in the reverse. We've got the Three of Pentacles in the upright. We've got the Hermit. Interesting. After a long period of thinking it over, it's time to go. It's time to get on the bird and fly. I was going to say get on the horse and go, but it looks like we got a bird here. So, I feel as though that someone in the back of their mind has been thinking, I got to go. I got to go and make this right. Somebody who's been going over the details. You could be dealing with, you could be a Virgo, or you could be dealing with a Virgo. But I feel as though that Virgo here is representing, going in by yourself, being alone, hermiting. People aren't seeing you. They're like, hey, we haven't seen so-and-so for a while. Where have they been? And you've been trying to figure it out. Do I want to move forward? Do I want to move fast? It's in the back of your mind. Should I go now? What should I do? We have the Three of Pentacles here. And I feel like you were up in your head about some sort of a partnership. And it could be you, or it could be your person. Flip-flop it. I don't know how it's working out for you, so you need to tell me. But I feel as though there was some sort of a partnership that maybe it was you that was doing all the heavy lifting, collective, that you were the one doing the heavy lifting, you were doing all the teaching, you were watching the money, and I feel like the money was dwindling, constantly dwindling, and you kept trying to have to keep after it. And I think that finally you had to bring that to an end, because it just kept you up in your head. It was like constant. You had to keep on it. Partnership also, the Three of Pentacles is something that's growing really slowly, really quietly. It's like no one really notices it. It's the teachings that are given to people who are maybe immature or younger, or who don't have as much knowledge as people who are older. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like, collective, for some of you, the reason that you were waiting for the last strike is because possibly you're in a relationship that was going under. So we have the Four of Wands here, which is, the firm foundation of family and friendship and love. And I feel like that is what has come to an end. We have it, touching with the Ten of Swords here. I feel like that is what's come to an end. And I feel like you felt attacked in all of that. Or maybe your person did. But I feel as though somebody was feeling very attacked as the relationship was dwindling and coming to a close. I feel like you realized that you were the one doing all the heavy lifting, that you were the one that was trying to keep track of the money, but it was dwindling and dwindling. I feel like you had to really go over the details, maybe the financial details of why there was such a financial impact here, if this is a financial impact for you. For some of you, it's just going to be straight up partnership. It's going to be someone who you maybe were in business with, and that person you were also either married to or in a committed relationship with. But I feel like once you went over the details, I think that you realized you had to go. Yeah. And I don't think that it was something that, I think that you thought it over for a very long time, but once you came to your light, right? The hermit is looking for their light. They're taking their intuition with them and trying to make decisions based on, what they know spiritually, because the hermit is someone who is spiritual. Yeah. A spiritual teacher, really. Got Temperance in the reverse. Oof. Okay. So I feel like we have Temperance in reverse, which tells me that this relationship is over. It was sick. And when I see Temperance in reverse, when I see the Temperance in reverse, to me, it's not really about physical health. I think here it's about a marital health or committed relationship health. And you were getting no justice there because you were doing all the heavy lifting, all the work, all the watching of the money. It's like you ended up being the police after a while and there was no growth. Yeah, the justice card is in reverse and the sun is in reverse. There was no growth here. You weren't getting your justice. You were out of balance. Things weren't growing. I mean, you were in the sunshine. It felt good. I mean, it felt nice in the backyard, but you weren't going anywhere, doing anything. You weren't growing spiritually, personal, professional. You weren't doing any growth. You weren't growing anything here. Because I think that there was the Five of Swords. I feel it's like with the Five of Swords, I feel that there was a lot of arguing and fighting and backbiting. And I do sometimes see this as right fighting. You know, that it doesn't matter what the situation is. I just want to be right. Yeah, just tell me that I'm right. And I think that's where the growth gets stunted here. It gets cut off. Because when you're a right fighter, when you're the one who thinks that you are the only one that has the perspective that counts, that's when the Five of Swords shows up. Yeah. And it's time to stop right fighting is what it is. And I think it's right fighting that stifled this connection. And it was sick. It wasn't in good health. Temperance in reverse. It wasn't in good health. Temperance in reverse is a no. And it is also about being out of balance. Being out of balance spiritually, being out of balance within yourself. It could have been a healthy, unhealthy. It feels like an unhealthy connection that somebody was in here, either you or your person. So yeah, I feel like we've got justice in the reverse and the sun in the reverse because there was no balance here and there was no growth. And I think that's why somebody went into hermit mode and decided it was time to go. We have the King of Cups in the reverse, yeah. So this seems to be a problematic area here. Yeah, it seems like that's where all the action is, right? We've got the King of Cups in the reverse now. Somebody who's not able to, who can't corral their emotional outbursts. Someone who's no longer in charge. It's like the door flies open and somebody comes in yelling and screaming, right? They can no longer keep the top on. That's what it feels like. And it makes them, you know, the sickness that's going on here in this relationship finally just gets somebody in this energy. So the King of Cups is the Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. It is water energy. It's emotional energy. It's what's attached to your heart. And I feel like either you or somebody else, this whole thing was attached to your heart. And when it came to an end, it was tough. And then you saw it for what it was. You were doing all the heavy lifting. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. There is, this has been coming for a very long time. I think that somebody ignored it, right? You put it on the back burner, you ignore it. And sometimes we do that in marriages, right? Because marriages have a season, right? It goes, it's valleys, it's hills, it's valleys, it's hills, right? And I feel like that you stayed longer than you should have, or your person did. And it ended up in heartbreak. So now we have the 5 and the 3, which is 8, up in your head, not really sure if you can leave, not really sure why you're not growing, not really sure why you have to be in hermit mode, making all these terrible decisions. You know, maybe were terrible at the time, but I feel like they end up working out in your favor. But I feel like it's a really big roller coaster of emotions. So we have Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy here. I think it's the right fighting that ended up being the thing that finally put the last knife in your heart. Yeah, that you realize that the person that you were with was unreasonable. They were just unreasonable. They just wanted to win at any cost, and they didn't really care if your heart got broken or not. And I feel like, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles tells me that you just stayed too long. It took too long to get out of this situation. And I feel like that's why you ended up being emotionally overwhelmed. Yeah, we have the Judgment card and the Hierophant here. I feel like you want to start over. I feel as though you want to, if it's not you, it's your person. You could be a Taurus, you could be Pisces or Virgo, or have that in your chart, or maybe they do. But I feel as though that there is hope. I feel that through this situation, collective, if this is your situation, that you become spiritually aware. You start following the universe. You start listening rather than leading. And I don't mean that you're not a leader. I mean that you start listening to the universe and following along rather than thinking that you're making all the rules. And the Judgment card tells me that you do want a reconciliation here. And that this reconciliation, I feel, is with someone who is quite spiritual. For some of you, it's been taking a very long time for this all to come together. And I feel as though that the Judgment card is telling me that you're willing to say, look, part of this was my fault. Yeah, because marriages don't fall apart because one person is the one who is at fault. It takes two people. And, I see people all up in the comments here trashing their significant other or the person in the past or their baby mama, baby daddy. And we all know, y'all, if you're the one trashing it, that you're not accepting your part of it. So I feel like the Judgment card is about finally accepting the responsibility of, I let this go. I let it go because it wasn't good for me. And I was taking part in the right fighting and the heartbreak. And I'm some of the reason that I wasn't growing here and that there was no justice. But it's time to move on. Yes, sir, it is. There we go. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, right? And the Wheel of Fortune, what I love about that is it's divine timing. It's happening now. It's in the future and it's in the near future, y'all. So things are about to move in a fortunate way for you in terms of love. Yeah. We have the Knight of Cups here. And something has been growing in the background. Something that you haven't seen. There is someone here that's ready to give you reciprocity. I think you've taken your eye off the fact that the universe does have your back. I feel like the fortunate things are moving for you, moving ahead, moving fortunately forward. But understand that this is all fixed energy here, right? So once you move forward, you'll never go back. And this is Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius energy. This is like, look, I've made a decision and I'm not going back again. So this is ending in divorce. So whether you're separated or that person's separated, they're not going back. No, they're not. But I feel like we end the reading here, and really what's holding all of this together is hope. This person, even though they've had some things come to an end, I feel like through all of it, whoever I'm talking to or talking about, that this person, because of all of this, has come to their spiritual knowledge. Someone here is now paying attention, listening to the universe, feeling a vibration, and being a spiritual teacher. And I feel as though it was meant to be that way. That this is your second time around, and that the first time around, maybe you were asleep and you didn't get it, but now you've been resurrected. Right? There's now a reconciliation on the books and you get a second chance. The universe is blessing you with a second chance. And I feel like what's coming is good news. Yeah. Good news about love, whatever's coming in divine timing. For some of you, it's love. For some of you, it's other things. But we have the Page of Wands here. And the Page of Wands is someone who finally is stopping to smell the roses, which I really love. This person's stopping to listen to the birds singing. And I feel like somebody now realizes that it's time that they can lighten up and be fun and frolic and be relaxed and fiery again and on a new path and passion. It's all better news from here. So this is telling us divine timing is pushing you forward, right? It's all good. It's all good from here. You've gotten over all the hard stuff, whoever you are. And good on you. Good on you, because you came out in the Judgment and the Hierophant, which is badass, by the way. We've got Taurus, right? And we've got Virgo and Pisces here. It's kind of badassery. It is. It is that you would come through all of this and it would bring you to your spiritual awakening. Yeah. This awakening, this resurrection. For some of you, it might mean a baptism. For some of you, you just might have woken up and from a bird's eye view now looked down and said, how the heck did I let that go on so long? This right fighting was making me sick. Yeah. All right, I hope that resonated for someone, and if it resonated for you, please let me know below. If you're interested in a private reading, please look below for the yellow dot. That will take you to Wizio, which is the only way I'm booking appointments right now. So if you email me, I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed with the emails because I was off for 7 days. I wasn't feeling well, so I'm going to take a while to get back to you. So instead of asking me how to book, go on over to Wizio, and you will see that I have 2 spots available there right now. Y'all, I'm just trying to get in there and do the best that I can with the private reads. So please be patient with me. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys so much. Thank you for clicking here, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you. Bye-bye.